It's been a mighty long time since I've seen this logo on the screen. Hello and welcome to Professor Layton and the Last Specter. About 2 years ago, for those of you who don't know, I played through the original Professor Layton trilogy, as well as the Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney crossover, and I came away enjoying them, for the most part, mainly from the perspective of the puzzles and the gameplay. Story-wise, they found their footing with characters by the end, but plot-wise, boy howdy were those some crazy stories that they told. And at the time, I treated them very harshly, and I would still stand by many of the criticisms I levied against them. However, given the recent tsunami of garbage that I've played and watched over the last 2 years, I think much more highly of those games than I used to. So I'm actually excited to play a Layton game for the first time in about 2 years. I never thought I'd see the day. But we're here with Professor Layton and the Last Specter, and I am excited to jump into this and continue our puzzle-solving adventures. It just occurred to me as I started to record this that I'm gonna have to do voices while playing a game for the first time in what feels like forever. So, practiced in that field I am not, but we're just gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. So let's start a brand new game. I don't know what London Life is, and I guess I have to type in my name, so I'll do that. That's my name, don't wear it out. This is a work of fiction. The characters, groups, and events portrayed within it are in no way intended to resemble those of the real world. Got it.
Long ago, in a lawless age, a pack of bandits invaded a small village. Amidst the chaos, a terrified young farm girl played her flute to drown out the madness. As the music spiraled high into the sky, a giant specter appeared above her. She begged the specter to destroy the bandits, and it swiftly obeyed. The town was saved, and the specter vanished just as quickly as it had appeared. But the farm girl knew that in times of danger, she needed only to play the flute, and the specter would appear again. A quaint tale, wouldn't you say? Aye, master. I think the time has come for us to pen the next chapter. Of course, master.
Well, what do you think, Luke? Do you see anything yet?
No, nothing.
I'm still having a tough time buying all of this. It sounds like some scary bedtime story. Is this even possible?
Well, we'll soon find out.
And a poor little boy who predicts where the giant specter will appear. So what now? I mean, what if this thing never even shows up?
What on earth could that be?
It sounds like music.
The flute. It must be.
Quickly, to the window!
What now? Oh, of course, yeah.
What is that thing?
Alright then.
Can this be?
Spectre. Finally seeing this dark giant made me even more determined to help the professor keep his word. Together, we would shine the light of truth upon this ghastly shadow.
Welcome back to Professor Layton, everybody. Well, I mean, look, honestly, I laugh, but let's be real here. Giant ghost thing terrorizing a village is one of the least ridiculous things we've experienced in this series. when we have the likes of an entire city under the Earth, or inside the planet rather. Sure. Although I'll be honest with you, I really thought when the ground started shaking, I thought it was gonna be like Jurassic Park and a dinosaur was gonna start strolling through.
Top of the morning.
Why, thank you very much. Professor? Oh, Professor? Professor, a letter just came for you. Oh.
Thank you, Rosa. Ugh.
Sounds like someone was up researching all night. Again. It's no wonder the other professors are so intimidated by you.
Oh, they just think that I'm some young upstart.
You work too hard, Professor. It's no good. By the way, Dean Delmona came by and said he needed to speak to you, and that he would
What
drop
is
in
this?
later today. I don't know why he had to tell me that. He could have
Regards,
just come by
Clark.
later, if you ask me.
After all these
Stay
years?
for the trip.
Rosa, I'm going out.
Eh?
Oh. Thank you, Rosa.
I hope he remembers to eat something.
The Layton Mobile. Back at it again. As well as some strange mystery woman whose identity we don't know. Or if I'm supposed to know her from the first trilogy, I forgot her, but I feel like I'm not supposed to know you.
Huh? See here. What was that about?
Nice to see you again, Professor Layton.
And you are?
I guess I'm gonna get my answer sooner than I thought for who you are.
Why didn't Dean Delmona tell you?
Emmy. The name is Emmy. So she's a fake award then. Or a meaningless award, I guess is the more appropriate statement to make. And I guess for some context of those of you who don't already know, this is the first game in a prequel trilogy for the Professor Layton series. So this tells the tale of the stories and the adventures that Layton got up to before his adventures in the Curious Village. So I guess that should be all the context you need. It's all the context I have. So yeah, that's all I know going into this.
Tell me what?
I'm Emmy Altava, your new assistant. Call me Emmy.
I'm sorry, you're my...
Assistant. You do know what an assistant is, don't you?
Of course. I'm sorry, Miss Altava, but...
Professor, please, Emmy. And stop apologizing so much.
All right, Emmy. So sorry. But it seems that there has been some sort of mistake here.
Oh, I don't think so, Professor. Dean Delmona hired me himself. It seems that you have been too busy to attend your departmental meetings lately. Is that right?
Well, I suppose there might be some truth to that. However...
Sounds to me like if anyone needs an assistant, it's you. So, from now on, I'll be the backup on all your projects. Got it? Great. I can't wait to get started.
So you're either gonna die, or Layton's gonna decide you aren't necessary to his work anymore in order for the Curious Village to unfold in the way that it does. Because Luke is Layton's partner in crime. So I fear for your safety in this trilogy, Emmy.
I wasn't too surprised the Professor didn't remember me. It had been some time since our first meeting, after all. And clearly he had a lot on his mind. Which is exactly why he needed an assistant like me. It was my first day on the job, and I was ready for anything. Or so I
was about to say, are you sure about
we
that?
still had yet to meet the young boy who would help us unravel the strangest mystery I could have ever imagined.
Are you aware of what game series you're a part of?
So what perplexing mystery are we hot on the trail of now?
I don't know. Maybe a city maybe a city inside the planet. Maybe a mystical disappearing town. Maybe a city full of fake people.
Why would you ask that?
Or, I guess just generally speaking, maybe a fake town. Just put it that way. Just a fake town. That seems to be the par for the course in Layton games. Even in crossover Layton games.
Well, you're off to somewhere in quite a hurry. Something must have piqued your interest.
That intuition will serve you well.
We just got a letter.
What's this? A letter?
We just got a letter.
Very good. I received it about an hour ago. Go ahead, read it aloud.
I wonder who it's from.
Herschel, my dear old friend, I must earnestly seek your help again. Our little town is in the most extraordinary predicament.
As always, it's a little town. Probably in the middle of nowhere.
At night, a mysterious giant shrouded in fog has been laying waste to our homes.
I'm already thinking of the ways that they're going to try to make it not supernatural, to try to explain away the mysterious giant thing. I'm thinking of all the ways they're going to attempt to explain it. And what way will make the least amount of sense, and then that's the one they'll probably go with.
I am convinced you can help stop this madness. Please, come soon. Regards, Clark. A giant? Oh, that's... How well do you know this person?
Clark and I go back a long way. I can't imagine he would fabricate stories for no reason. I find the other message in the letter very interesting as well.
Other message?
Oh boy! Oh, and yeah, just like with the crossover, in the event that puzzles switch screens like they just did, I have my handy-dandy Stream Deck that I can use to switch screens whenever I need to. See how cool it is? It's great. It's a fun little button to push. So yeah, we have puzzle number 1, a secret message. This puzzle is worth 10 out of 10 Picarats. That is a word I have not said in so long, and boy howdy does it feel so good to be saying it again. Alright, let's get started. Herschel, my dear old friend, I must earnestly seek your help again. Our little town is in the most extraordinary predicament. At night, a mysterious giant shrouded in fog has been laying waste to our homes. I am convinced you can help stop this madness. Please come soon. Regards, Clark. Enter the hidden message below. Okay, well, the first thing that I think of is something that one of my friends did in middle school. And in fact, that's exactly what it is. So, look at the first letter of each line. H-E-L-P, help, S-O-S. Okay, well, yeah, so the first thing I thought of, when I was in middle school, one of my friends turned in his essay, and I don't know how the teacher didn't notice this, but if you read the first line, or the first letter of each line in his essay, the letters spelled out, never gonna give you up. I don't know how she didn't notice it, but it was amazing. So, the first thing I thought to think of, because it's not exactly a very cryptically, it's not exactly an expertly hidden message in that there's no cryptography involved in trying to unravel this, so I assumed it was something in the likes of take the first letter of each word, or take the first letter of each line, and upon one look at the first letter of each line, we see our message, help us, and the fact that it matches up with the amount of, the amount of slots up there helps out as well. So yeah, H-E-L-P-S-O-S. Oh wow, I didn't even, okay. So, tap the screen once to try to put in the thing, and then it gave me instructions into using the stylus, and I tapped it again, and it basically just tells you the answer. You can't find the answers by simply reading the letters normally. The hidden message is 7 letters long. The body of the letter is 7 lines long. Boy howdy. Whatever could you possibly mean by that? That's... I don't seem to recall them holding your hand that much unless you actively seek out the hints in the original trilogy, but it's fine. Oh, I have to, okay, I thought I could just tap them and then they would go. No, I have to physically drag them in, okay. H-E-L-P-S-O-S.
I'll handle this one, Professor.
First puzzle down. Well, I say puzzle, it's not particularly hard to crack, but whatever. Moving along then. Correct! The secret message in the letter was, help SOS. What is going on here? all of Picarats? Picarats are points that indicate a puzzle's difficulty. The more Picarats a puzzle is worth, the tougher it is. When you submit an incorrect answer for a puzzle, the number of Picarats you can earn from that puzzle decreases, so think carefully before answering. Gathering lots of Picarats. Once you've beaten the game and saved, go to the bonuses section and load your game file. From there, you can enter the top secret area, where a number of fun extras are waiting for you. The more Picarats you earn, the more content you unlock. Oh, I guess that's something, as for the difficulty of the puzzles, something that happened is that because I played the original trilogy in such quick succession, back to back to back, by the end, I kind of didn't have to think all that much about the puzzles anymore. Oh, and the crossover as well, so, since it's been 2 years, we might actually get some bumps in the road in terms of some challenges along the way. Who knows? Alright. I found the secret message using the first letter of each line. Emmy, you just may turn out to be quite valuable as an assistant after all. That does not sound right. Saying that a lot, that does not sound like the voice I gave Layton 2 years ago. I am completely inexperienced with giving characters voices. Oh, well thank you, Professor. That means a lot coming from you. Help SOS. Why the need to hide this in some sort of code? My question as well. Clark and I have been friends for many years. If he wanted to tell me something, he wouldn't have to hide it. Ooh, how mysterious. My first day on the job and it's already so Layton-esque. Are you... Layton-esque? What on earth is that? Emmy, had you heard of me before today? Heard of you? Of course I've heard of you. I played all your games. I played the entire original trilogy and the crossover. I know everything about you, Professor. That's not creepy at all. Herschel Layton, at age 27, became youngest professor in the history of Gresenhella University. Published in numerous academic journals, which I could recite chronologically if you'd like. Astute intellect and preternatural skills of observation have been utilized by Scotland Yard to solve some of London's most difficult criminal cases. Single, 34 years old, Capricorn. I made the last part up, just a guess. Well, you've certainly done your homework. I can see why Dean Delmona hired you. If I'd done your homework you mean stalked you, then yeah, I guess that qualifies. Well, when I asked Dean Delmona about the position, I told him I wouldn't take no for an answer. Interesting. May I ask why you were so intent on working with me? He doesn't remember. Emmy? Oh, so, where did you say we are headed, Professor? I didn't. Emmy, if you are to be my assistant, we must set a few rules. As an English gentleman, I can never allow you to follow me into a dangerous situation. That sounds reasonable. Let's just remember that there are exceptions to every rule. English gentleman. Haha! You're funny, Professor. Yes, well, thank you. In answer to your question, we are headed to the town of Miss Salary. Miss Salary? Miss Salary. Why is that name familiar? About 6 months ago, some ancient remains were discovered there. You probably read about it in the Times. Yes, I remember reading that the fabled Golden Garden might be located in Mistallery. And now a close friend of yours who lives in Mistallery has sent an urgent plea for help. A great archaeological find linked to a mysterious letter, all surrounded by an air of danger. I can't imagine a situation possibly being more Layton-esque. Are you just supposed to be a person who has played the Layton games and you're just the biggest fangirl of him? I mean, can you refrain from saying, oh, never mind? Ah, the good old-fashioned mysteries page that I literally never looked at once, for any reason, unless the game forced me to when I played the original trilogy. Save your progress? Sure thing. Is that the end of the chapter? Oh, I guess that's the end of the... Okay. I guess that's the prologue. Alright. Well, in that case, I think we're gonna end things right here. It's a short first episode, only 20 minutes long. But, seems like a good place to stop. Yeah, well, we'll call things here as the prologue for today. And then we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll play the first chapter. This serves as a nice short reintroduction to the world of Layton. I'm excited. I am legitimately excited to keep playing this. It has been so long since I've played a Layton game. And I've always wanted to do the prequel trilogy, I just never found the right time to do so I figure October 1st is always a day of surprises, so it seems like a good time as any to revisit a classic series that sorta 2020 was quite the year in terms of the game series that I covered, from starting out with Ace Attorney and then transitioning into, you had Ghost Trick, we had Zero Escape, and then we had Layton, of course. It's just, it's weird to feel nostalgic towards 2020 of all years, but as far as the channel is concerned, a lot of good stuff came out of that year. And now we're here again revisiting Layton for old time's sake, I suppose, and so I can finally see what the prequel trilogy is all about. Surprised we haven't met up with Luke yet. I mean, I know he was in the opening cutscene, but still. Alright, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time, and I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Professor Layton and the Last Specter. Goodbye!